Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. West Santa Clara, everyone who wants to know what's happening on the west side of town. This is the West Side Story. I'm your host, John Casey. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It's always good to know that people are enjoying this. If you think that there's things that need to change or be added, please feel free to put them in the comments below. First item this week is that on Sunday there's a football game. 49ers are playing the Titans. Kickoff time is 1:25, so you will see the normal closings on the north side of town. Just be aware of it. Second thing I want to talk about is the Suds Jane recall. It's big news within the city. The former city attorney, Brian Doyle, has written 2 editorial pieces for the Santa Clara Daily, both explaining why he is indeed now going to sign the recall petition for Suds. Initially he had said he wouldn't, and then now has apparently had a change of feelings, and in this 2 editorial pieces he spells out why he had that change of feelings. It's also interesting that the Santa Clara Online contacted Suds and said, "Hey dude, what do you got to say about this? This is what we're going to publish. What do you got to say?" They said he was very dismissive. Now, Suds is a really intelligent man. As I say, I sat next to him during the Citizens Police Academy. He's a very intelligent man, but he also thinks like an engineer. And that may be part of the problem, is that he's thinking like an engineer and living in a person world. At the same time, though, I don't think he's done that much wrong. Those of you who live in the Old Quad area are going to have to make a decision on what you want to do. Also, another thing that came to my attention just this week, as they usually say, from an unnamed source, Kathy Watanabe, who was a city council member for a number of years, is going to be running for mayor when Lisa turns out here in the near future. That should be interesting. I've known Kathy a long time, worked with her on the Library Board of Trustees, very intelligent lady, educated in Ireland, and a very, very interesting person. Some of you may know this, some may not, but Brian Doyle, the city attorney who wrote those 2 editorial pieces, was actually employed by the city of San Jose and a member of the Civil Service Commission for the city of Santa Clara. When he went to work for the city of Santa Clara, obviously he couldn't be on the Civil Service Commission anymore. Civil Service Commission is a volunteer situation where you help work through some of the stickier employment situations. Obviously you can't be the city attorney on that road also. So he resigned from the Civil Service Commission, took the job with the city, creating an opening on the Civil Service Commission. That was the opening that I was appointed to a number of years ago, but Brian getting that job kind of led to me being on the Civil Service Commission, which I think is fascinating. We had a number of things going on this past week. On the 7th, we had failure to register as a sex offender over on Prune Ridge. The law is very clear that once every 6 months, sex offenders have to register to make sure that the local police agency knows where they are. And it's a serious crime to not register. As a matter of fact, it's a felony. And there's no, well, I was going to get to it next week. There's none of that. Either register or you don't. If you don't, you're going to jail. It never ceases to amaze me how many registered sex offenders commit other crimes and then get busted for both of them. Over on the 7th also, we had a driving under the influence on Kiley Boulevard. On the 6th, we had a failure to appear on a misdemeanor charge on Burbank, but they took the person into custody anyway. I'm not quite sure why. On the 6th, we also had a domestic violence situation at San Tomas Expressway in the El Camino. And then on the 5th, at the Rangoli Suites over there at Halford in the El Camino, we had someone trespassed. That's the situation where the local police agency tells someone, "You're not welcome here," don't come back. And if they do indeed come back, they can be arrested for trespassing. And I've got to say that Santa Clara really is pretty good about that. They try to get the people off the property, but if they can't do that, they will take them in. We had on the 3rd a failure to appear situation in Lawrence and the El Camino. Excuse me, and that must have been fairly serious also, because they took that person to jail. Also on the 3rd at Flora Vista and the El Camino, we had an interesting situation. A person was brought down for 8 separate crimes, among them theft, possession of paraphernalia and drugs, and multiple other things. One of them destroying a cell phone, one of them assault with a deadly weapon. So that's not cool at all. On December 1st, we had a domestic violence call over on a gate. On the 29th at the Super 8, that's formerly the Motel 6, the Super 8 on the El Camino, we had another failure to appear. On the 29th at Lawrence and Homestead, we had a domestic violence situation. On the 29th also, we had at Lawrence and the El Camino drugs, paraphernalia, and failure to appear. And then on the 26th, over at 3500 Granada, we had a long list of stuff that happened, and they actually took that fella to jail also. Again, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you think there's something that could be changed, please feel free to put it in the comments, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.